thanks to the great rulership of Their Excellencies President Putin and President Museveni, our bilateral relations continue to grow stronger, more diversified, and concrete results that benefit our two peoples. This governmental commission, therefore, adds to a platform for us to concretize the political goodwill that has long existed between our two countries, turning this goodwill into tangible benefits to our peoples. Uganda has continued to engage with Russia under the frameworks of the BRICS, Group of Friends in defense of the UN Charter, as well as under the United Nations arrangement generally. Our relations, therefore, have remained vibrant and active. For this, I wish to extend our gratitude to our leaders and officials who have made this possible. At this third session, therefore, it is Uganda's foremost desire that we work with greater determination to translate the aspirations that we have into tangible outcomes for benefit of both countries. I am glad that the senior officials from both sides have reviewed and expanded all areas of cooperation through the different working groups during the proceedings yesterday. I am also pleased to note that the private sector from both Russia and Uganda have enthusiastically joined this effort through the business exhibition and presentations so as to complement and support the actions of the governments. I would like to encourage the private sector to build on this momentum of the third session and expand collaborations and networking so that concrete solutions can be realized in the near future. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we hold this third session here in Kampala at a time when the global situation is aflush. The international community is experiencing unprecedented challenges, ranging from increasing unilateralism, loss of faith in the international governance systems, geopolitical tensions, climate-related disruptions, and economic headwinds that jeopardize peace and security, as well as threaten progress generally. It is therefore important that countries with like minds, just as Russia and Uganda, reflect on these realities and not allow them to hold us back, but instead give us the opportunity to inject fresh momentum to resolutely focus on the desired outcomes of our relationships. As Uganda pursues its quest for higher middle income status, we seek Russian investment and expertise in key sectors to enable us to grow and transform our economy. For the Russian business community, Uganda offers immense opportunities for trade and investment in all sectors. The East African community, of which Uganda is a member, has a market of over 330 million people for which your investment can supply. The African Continental Free Trade Area avails you a market of 1.4 billion people and a GDP exceeding $3 trillion US. Please come and take advantage of these opportunities that are big markets available for your offer. Uganda looks forward to signing the different memorandum of understanding arising out of this session. We commit to their full implementation and pledge to support their full operationalization.
Russia and Uganda have long-standing relations of friendship and cooperation, and Mr. Donga has told about that already. We have common values, common vision on many international aspects. And President of the Russian Federation, Vladimir Putin, met with President of the Republic of Uganda, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, on the sidelines of the first and second Russia-Africa summits. In order to regularly check the clock, a new format of dialogue was created last year, a conference with the participation of the foreign ministers of African states and Russia. And we are now preparing for the second meeting, which will take place in Egypt in November this year. And we look forward to the participation of the High Representative of Uganda in the upcoming forum. Given our country's desire to consistently develop trade, economic and investment cooperation with African countries, I wanted to say that strengthening relations with Uganda is one of our priorities. Uganda is one of Russia's most important trading partners on the African continent, but we think that we have a lot of potential which is not open yet, so we need to work hard on this direction. Thank you for our meeting. Unfortunately, I won't have an opportunity to see a lot of locations in the beautiful Uganda, but I think that we also have a great potential in touristic sphere. And in these terms, I invite you to present your opportunities at the International Travel Forum Travel in 2026, which will be held in Russia.
The level of trade is not yet significant, but it is beginning to pick up, because as we speak, quite a number of companies from Uganda are now exporting coffee to the Russian Federation. These discussions, which we are holding today, are specifically to see other venues through which we can be able to expand that trade between Uganda and Russia. On the other hand, it is obviously clear that we are benefiting significantly from products from the Russian Federation. What we are therefore trying to do is that it should be a two-way trade, and Ambassador Kizige will be able to expand more on this. We in Uganda do not seek to be the leaders of any pole. We seek to be part and parcel of the international community. Remember, as I speak, Uganda chairs the non-aligned movement. Our interest as Uganda, therefore, is to ensure that we are friends to each and everyone, and we pursue our interests first as Uganda, and secondly as part and parcel of the non-aligned movement, and thirdly as part of the global South. So we, in relating with Russia, seek to benefit from their advantage in order to further our interests together with them. So our relations with Russia, which this is part of, is not against anybody, rather it is to bring us all together as part and parcel of the world.
Russian coffee roasters have been importing coffee from either Germany or Italy, Ugandan coffee, such that it is used to change the aroma of the coffee, which they buy from other countries. So our efforts at campaigns have been that why don't the Russians get the best? Because everybody appreciates that Uganda's coffee is the best. So we've gone into several MOUs with the Russian coffee roasters, and they are receiving coffee from Uganda in quite substantial quantities. We've also opened up and signed MOUs with the Russian supermarkets and airports to have coffee which is prepared from Uganda, which is already roasted, which is already packed to be sold on Russian supermarkets, among others. We've also set up a stand of more than 1,000 square meters in the Moscow food city, where we shall be receiving fresh fruits and vegetables from Uganda, and bananas, of course, from Uganda, and pineapples, which will be distributed from the food city. We have more than 10,000 trucks leaving every day to different parts of the Russian Federation and the former Soviet Union countries. So this has started, and we have many Ugandan companies already involved in it. So the market is fully open to the Ugandan exporters unconditionally, unlike other partners who give conditions to Ugandans for them to be able to export their products. So I encourage those in the private sector to work closely with us at the embassy, and we shall really continue increasing our volumes of what we export to the Russian Federation.